Okay, let's talk about something we all deal with: referral fees. They're a super common part of our business, right? But here's the thing: they are absolutely packed with legal risk. If you get this wrong, the consequences can be, well, pretty serious. So, in this explainer, we are going to build your ultimate compliance guide, step by step, to make sure you stay safe. Let's get into it.
So, I've got to ask you a question right off the bat. Could a simple, everyday referral fee actually put your license on the line? The answer, and I can't stress this enough, is absolutely yes. We're not talking about a small slap on the wrist here. Getting this wrong can lead to audits, really big fines, and yeah, in the worst cases, even getting your license suspended. The stakes are just incredibly high for what seems like such a simple transaction. And this is exactly why we need to talk about it. These aren't some weird, obscure rules that you'll never encounter. No, these are common, everyday situations where a tiny oversight, like a missed signature or just a casual verbal agreement, can blow up into a massive professional and financial headache. So let's make sure that never happens to you.
All right, we're going to start with the first scenario, the one we're all familiar with. You're the one sending a client to another agent, and you're expecting to get a referral fee back. So, what exactly do you have to do to stay on the right side of the law? Here it is, your four-step non-negotiable checklist. First, you absolutely have to disclose the fee, and it has to be in writing. Second, you can't be vague. You need to state the exact amount, like 25% of the cooperating broker's commission. Third, and this is a big one, timing is everything. Your client has to get this disclosure before they ever start working with that new agent. And last, you have to file that signed disclosure in your records. This whole process lines up perfectly with the NAR Code of Ethics, specifically Article 6, which is all about transparency. Now, this right here, this is a huge one. It's probably the biggest misconception out there. So many agents think, hey, the client isn't paying the fee directly, so why do I even need to tell them about it? That, my friends, is a really dangerous way to think. The law demands transparency on all compensation tied to the deal. It doesn't matter whose pocket the money is coming from. Your client has a right to know that you are getting paid for the referral. So let's be crystal clear on how you disclose. Just giving your client a verbal heads up? That's not going to cut it. If you ever face an audit, a verbal agreement is impossible to prove, it's super risky, and it's totally non-compliant. A written disclosure, on the other hand, is your golden ticket. It's your proof, it's safe, it's compliant, and it makes your file completely audit-proof. You should have this mantra for your entire career. If it's not in writing, it didn't happen. All right, so that's outgoing referrals covered. Now, let's flip the script. This time, you're the agent on the receiving end. You're getting the client, and you're the one paying out the fee. Your responsibilities here are just as serious, so let's break them down. You're going to see a pattern here, which is good. The process really mirrors the outgoing one. You have to disclose the payment in writing to your new client. You've got to state the exact fee you're paying out, and you need to do it early on to build that trust and transparency right from the get-go. But why? Well, under California law, that referral fee you're paying out actually affects your total compensation for the deal, and your client needs to have a crystal clear picture of all the money involved. Now, when you're on the receiving end, there's some extra homework you have to do. And the most critical check, the big one, is that first one on the list. You can only pay referral fees to other licensed real estate professionals. Paying a fee to your client's uncle or some friend who sent you a lead, that's illegal, period. You also have to make sure everything lines up with NAR ethics and that your own client understands the fee is coming from your commission, not from their wallet. Okay, we've walked through both scenarios, outgoing and incoming. So now let's boil all of this information down into 3 simple, super powerful golden rules. These apply to every single referral you will ever handle. Golden rule number 1. This is the foundation of everything. Referral fees can only be paid between licensed real estate brokers or agents. That's it. There are no exceptions, no clever workarounds. If they don't have an active license, they can't get a fee. Simple as that. Golden rule number 2 is all about transparency. There is no such thing as a secret payment or a little finder's fee under the table in a real estate deal. Every single dollar changing hands as compensation must be disclosed to the client. Full stop. No secrets. And golden rule number 3, this is the one that will save your skin. Always, always, always get it in writing. Let's say it again. If it's not written down, it never happened. And hey, here's a pro tip. For maximum protection, make sure the referral agreement is signed by the brokers on both sides, not just the agents. So, what's the ultimate takeaway from all this? It really comes down to this one simple idea. If you ever find yourself in a gray area, wondering, should I disclose this? The answer is always yes. When in doubt, disclose. In fact, over-disclose. You can literally never get in trouble for being too transparent.
And that leaves us with one final, really important question I want you to ask yourself. Think about the last referral you did. Go on, pull up that file. Is that written disclosure in there? Is it signed by everyone? Is it dated? Is that client file you're looking at truly 100% audit proof? Because after this, you know exactly what it takes to make sure the answer is always yes.